All right, we're live. Sorry, the this thing it very much doesn't give me a lot of feedback for when it actually starts or not, but I assume we're live. Hello, everyone. Today we're picking up back the Ogre campaign, Gnoblars only, except for outpost units, which are available to us, and such is why we have these ogres over here, not these scrap launchers. So we had just attempted to win this quest battle, and that went rather terribly, so we're recovering from that. And the plan is to take over the mountains and then bounce northwards into Cathay. So should be pretty smooth, pretty great. Don't see too many issues happening today unless these Cathayan forces manage to completely run me over. We'll see. We'll see. Do they actually win here? Hey, Phil, hello. Hello. Let's see. Oh, actually, there's something real quick that I want to check while we get a few people coming in. Hello, Matthias. Welcome. Yeah, I'd love to make a beeline towards over here, but I'm a bit worried that these guys are going to ruin my day. I think we'll go over here, and then we'll... I could bring back my Slaughter Master, right? Yeah, this guy. He comes back in 5 turns. Dang. Okay. Sure, 5 turns it is then. We'll stick with Greasus then. That's a much longer death timer than usual, right? The default's usually 4, and I just disbanded him. Hey, Clock Monkey, hello. In the standard greeting of the channel. Hello and welcome. Alright. So, yeah, I guess we'll just defend this. We can pass by a few turns to make sure that we're in a comfortable position to rebuild a bit. And then the conquest continues. Super exciting. Let's see. Sorry, just checking something real quick. Real quick, like, as usual. These guys always showing up to ask me to join the war against their enemy. It's a standard. Every stream they're going to do that a couple of times. Alright. Sweet. Hey, KNI. Let's see. Or I don't know. I'm not gonna sound it out for my own safety. We got some rifts. Thankfully, in our main region, we don't have rifts because of this wonderful building over here. Big rat trap, and it looks like they are going to siege us. So, even though I said this would be a pretty sketchy battle, on the bright side, we will be able to use our settlement garrison, and that should make things a lot easier for us. Knives? Oh, it's literally just knives. But then what's the K at the end? Oh, I guess it's the symmetry, isn't it? Knives 2K? Oh, I see. Alright, yo, I've been traumatized. I've been mega traumatized by my viewers before. I'm terrified to say anything that shows up in chat now. But yeah, alright. Alright. Pretty cool name. Now, let's see. I would like to get rid of Greasus. I think in 5 turns, we should be able to do the quest battle, and then we can drop Greasus. I think that's going to be the main plan over here. As the big problem with him is that he doesn't have magic. He's also a terrible fighter. So, yeah, well, you know, he's not that terrible. Crazy high melee attacks, some anti-large. He could do pretty well, but I would still rather get my usual caster back in there. Hate Enticity spell. Oh my gosh, wait. Okay, I see. Alright, pretty tame, Phil McDonald. Pretty tame. Unless I'm reading it wrong. But alright, what do we have over here? It looks like... Yeah, there we go. There's the reinforcements. Nothing too scary. I'm just going to use my scrap launchers to just poke away at these crane gunners for now and draw the enemy towards me. I do know that they have a cannon. They might shoot down one of my scrap launchers. Honestly, that doesn't matter too much. It matters a little bit. Obviously, I don't want to lose my scrap launcher, but they are pretty easily recruitable now, so it shouldn't really be too much of a problem. What is a little bit scary is this bad boy beelining it towards me, just ready to ruin me. We'll just back up a little bit, and then hopefully get a million Gnoblars shooting at him. That should take him out nice and fast. And then we got Greasus to finish the job. I guess we should probably bring in these ogres though, to actually get good damage in. By the way, saber tusks are not allowed in this campaign. So it's not a no ogres campaign, it's a Gnoblar only campaign. Specifically, it's a recruit Gnoblars only campaign, which does allow me to use outposts. Yeah, it's the rules get a bit finagly when you really get into the weeds of it, but trust me, it all makes sense in my head, and that's what matters. But yeah, no saber tusks. Although saber tusks would be pretty fun. I guess they do rampage, which does run us into a few issues, but still quite fun, I'd say. Yeah, this battle should be, if we ever have higher than half balance of power, I'm not too worried. And as long as Greasus doesn't suddenly die, we should be good. Main priority with this cavalry is to shut down their artillery, as that is the scariest thing here. And then I think the scrap launcher should be able to carry the rest of the way. It just works. Yeah, totally. Totally, that's how I describe this campaign. Alright, let's back these guys up. Let's pull all of these guys so that we are attacking with our good old settlement army. There we go. And then it should be army losses soon. I guess this balloon is probably contributing a bit to balance of power. We'll get rid of that and then we'll be good. So I think today should be pretty successful. Assuming we're actually able to finally win that quest battle, I think that'll be the beginning of our ultimate conquest. Because prior to, obviously, there's a big problem that that there's just a very minor issue that we've thrown away about 2 armies to an optional quest battle at this point. But really, that's just the last boss of the campaign. I don't really see too many issues after that. But actually, though, if we get any amount of Tzeentch units, I think we're gonna dominate here. Tzeentch can give us some really nice units, especially a bit of mobility. Maybe some of those Tzeentch cavalry units could be quite nice for us. I'm pretty excited for that. Don't jinx it. That's my specialty, though. That's what you guys tune into to watch the suffering. Hey, Piers, hello, welcome back. You have managed to live, I believe, since you last tuned in. This is sort of how I'd like to. This is how I'd like to run the members. So basically, any members that show up in chat, you'll get a unit named after you, and then the next time you tune in, you can see if you're still alive. And then if you're dead, you'll get revived. I think that should be a pretty fun system. But yeah, you should be still alive. Let's see. Oh wait, no, never mind. Oh yes, there you go. You live. Good sir, you're alive. Oh my gosh. All right. I thought you were dead for a second. But nice. So right now this is a dangerous area to be. Insert I'm in danger meme. So we're going to evacuate back to our 2 much more established cities, and then start recruiting from there. Pick up maybe a few more scrap launchers. I think 6 is that's like a fairly safe number, right? Pick up 1 million more Gnoblar trappers, and we'll be good. Also, by the way, so in other news, I've been looking into setting up a restream setup. I know this matters very little to you guys, but to me it could be pretty exciting. I haven't streamed to my Twitch folks in like forever, absolutely forever. And like the Twitch audience is completely different from the YouTube audience, but yeah, I think it could be pretty fun to do. The main problem is that you either pay for it or you get some weird watermark. It might yeah, so like the quality might be a bit lower. I'm not looking forward to that, but assuming that everything else sort of checks out. Oh geez, don't friendly fire. Oh my gosh, every time. Every time. I'm getting Fran's flashbacks. But yeah, the restream should be pretty good. Oh my gosh, Piers, with the £5. Thank you very much. Nothing better than finding out you're alive on Good Friday. Oh yeah, yeah, holidays today. I totally forgot. I've lost all sense of holidays, guys. To me, it's just well, you know, when you can manage your own YouTube channel, every day is sort of a holiday. It's a good time, guys. But yeah, are you guys doing any celebrations today? For me, I have nothing special. Everyone in this household is retired or doing YouTube, so all sense of time is completely lost to everyone in my house. Hey, Wallyhop, hello. The late Hammer show with Enticity. Is it late for you, John? This is morning. Oh, I guess oh, never mind. I see. You're just talking about the in other news. I see. But yeah, happy to have you guys in chat. I've been streaming what's it? I've been getting a pretty consistent stream schedule as of late, which I'm quite happy about. You know, I have I think since Monday I've done every weekday. I'm thinking on big names. Big names, what do we want? Melee defense is not bad. What's this? Leadership aura. You know what? Let's just get the melee defense. Greasus needs it. But yeah, for the what was I talking about? I completely forget what I was talking about. Let's see here. Holiday stuff. You have a chocolate bunny for breakfast on Sunday. Hey, nice. Your first weekday off since December. Dang. Oh my gosh, really? No, you didn't get any usual, you know, monthly holidays? That's pretty hardcore, man. Okay. Yeah, I totally forgot what I was talking about. If someone remembers, let me know. Perfect time for us in the Netherlands. Hey, nice. Oh yeah, I was talking about regular streaming schedules. Yeah. Yeah, that's back on the table. I'd like to stream weekdays on this time schedule, and then weekends I'd like to do tournament stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. I'm hoping that I can really get into the floor of things and get YouTube video creation stuff out of the way too. But obviously it is a good amount of work. So I haven't really fully gone into the flow. You'll notice I missed a video post today, but that's sort of fine. I can choose not to post a video for a day if it means I get to keep more of my sanity. Cameron saying, "Hey, Enticity, love your videos. Thank you. First time watching a stream. Your Bright Wizard video is genuinely one of the most satisfying things on YouTube." Dang, that is high praise. That is high praise. Oh wow, we killed 2 reinforcements. Yeah, that one was a fun one to make. That's one of the reasons why I'd love to get more streaming videos out, just so that we can get more clips and have fun. 3 push-ups for every Gnoblar killed. I think that would drastically reduce the number of Gnoblars killed, as I would just be exhausted and dead most of the time. Okay, what's this? Pay him and catch up. All armies -2. That's not actually we probably won't be. We'll be recruiting a bit, and we won't really need a lot more growth. So let's just do that. Yeah, we lost a lot of Gnoblars, man. That would be I would be dead and exhausted so fast. All right, here we go. We're picking up new units. We're gonna go for the 2 more scrap launchers and then a couple of these Gnoblars. I'm going to keep these high chevron ones. We'll go over here, as I think this city is defended well enough. And then we'll pick up we'll pick up our 4th ogre again. Seems pretty good. And then this will just be a constant supply of emergency scrap launchers. How perfect. What do you mean 13% only? Out of the entire ogre roster, 3 units adds up to 13%. So yeah, we are not recruiting any more than that in our entire building tree, that being this bad boy over here, and within the camps too. But we are allowed to use the outposts, since it counts as a separate roster that we are using. But yeah, basically it's just Gnoblars only. It's pretty great. I'd love to get these ogres replaced at some point though, because they are, you know, they're sort of spoiling things. I want to show off the no ogres, but I need to establish friendly relations with one of these chaos factions to do that. Let's see. Can I become friends with these guys? Nah, they don't like me enough. Dang it. All right, but a couple turns of replenishment, and then we can retry that quest battle. Pretty exciting. You hate how you can't watch my videos 24/7, as there's only one of me. If only I could just have if only I could just work 3 times more than usual, then I'd be able to get all the content I want. Because there's like multiplayer stuff that I really want to dive into, but I do not have the time to also manage a multiplayer channel at the same time. Much to my dismay. I think this should be a pretty easy fight, right? Ambush? Oh, not again. Every time. Every time. Who is this guy? Doesn't even show us his name, just the northern provinces. All right, here we go. Here we go. Enticity, what do you think about the UI? You love the Total War Warhammer 2 version better? Yeah, I think the UI is a bit too red, but it doesn't bother me that much. Yeah. I have mild preferences about different ways the game could go, but I'm never bothered enough where I dislike the game, is my general idea. Now, see, you guys are saying rip. Now, last time we got ambushed, we crushed it, so, you know, maybe that's going to happen again. All right, what are we looking at? We got Greaseless just rolling. He's chilling, and here we go. We are surrounded. Let's go ahead and do the usual. These guys are going to pull this way. These guys will split, and then we're going to just dive in onto these crane gunners and all of their range as fast as possible, while our scrap launchers just run for the hills. And they're just gonna get out of there as fast as they possibly can, except for this one, who ended up in a bad position. Those iron hail gunners are pretty painful. But yeah, because these armies are mostly ranged, we can just we basically get a free rush onto all of their range units. It's not nearly as bad as you would think. Though these iron hail gunners are a little bit terrifying. A few volleys from them and we'd be in some pretty tough positions. But yeah, no, strangely enough, of all the things, we've had the most success during ambush battles. I guess that's just how the game works. Alright, let's pull these guys back. And then these ones can attack the crane gunners. That's a great thing. Crane gunners are surprisingly common in the rosters of Cathay. Makes life way easier here. Because yeah, it turns out the AI, you know, the AI does not play as smartly as a person, and it will misplay with its positioning. It's fun to say rip. Oh, agreed for sure. You get the impression at times that people only complain about the UI because Mandalore brought it up. Nah, I think that might be like a good portion of it, but I think there's definitely a lot of there's a lot of red. Like, I think people complain about it because of Mandalore, but it definitely is felt a little bit. Like, I remember when I was first deconstructing buildings, I was super confused about what was being built and what was being deconstructed because it's all the same colors. So there is a little bit of that, but I don't think it's actually that much of a... It's not really a large issue. It's more minor. Okay, nice. Looks like the reinforcements are pretty small. And yes, it does stand for user interface. That is what UI is. Okay, nice. I think we've stabilized. We have a few scrap launchers over here. And I'm just going to pummel this location with a bunch of shots. There may be a bit of friendly fire, but that is a sacrifice I'm going to make, or that I'm willing to make. And there we go. Amazing. Everything there is now dead, including not peers, which is what's important. All right, nice. Pretty good, and that's a mass route over there. We'll go ahead and give a heal to the scrap launchers, and then I think this battle's basically won. Now, I did say that it didn't seem like there was a lot of reinforcements. Balance of power says otherwise. So We have that to look forward to, but the scrap launcher should be able to make short work of them. You feel the options menu is the worst you've ever seen in the game. Oh, I would say there's definitely worse options menus out there. Obviously you're exaggerating for effect, but yeah, there's definitely been worse games. Vastly worse games. Yeah, I would put like Warhammer so the middle of the road in terms on that front. Okay, this Terracotta Sentinel's real pain over here. But yeah, the thing is, there's a lot to nitpick about Warhammer, but I still think the gameplay's good enough to be played. And I think that's sort of a good sign. It's not like a great sign. The great sign is a community constantly singing the praises of a game. But a good sign is that people are still complaining about it. Like I always say, or like I've said before, no one complains about Troy, and that's not a sign that the game is doing well. So, yeah, always gotta be, always remember that. Okay, nice. We're gonna do the usual, spread our shots among the different units of infantry, and then just sort of that cluster bombing over there should be enough to finish them off. You don't think it's the red color issue, more that it's dark. Interesting. I haven't heard that specific perspective before, but like I feel like it's mostly the fact that it's harder to distinguish between it all. But I guess that can be sort of the same thing. Man, these cavalry units are the worst. They're so hard to deal with when you have primarily Gnoblars. All the Total War Warhammer games have had less than ideal releases, and took 2 to 3 years to get really good. Yeah, and as long as that trend continues with Warhammer 3, I'm happy. Because that means 2 to 3 years of improvements and development. That's great. It wasn't the T of the B word. What are you talking about, John? What's going on there? I mean, I feel like Slaanesh might suffer. Oh yeah, no, Slaanesh is definitely one of the why is it so low? Slaanesh is definitely a faction that will have a lot of problems until they get something to win and to really dominate melee fights. Because the thing is, Slaanesh isn't even that good of a melee faction. In a straight up boxing fight between factions, Slaanesh loses. Slaanesh will lose to Nurgle. Slaanesh loses to Cathay. Slaanesh loses to Khorne. Although that one, Slaanesh can do a little bit better. But like, Slaanesh is a middle of the road melee faction that doesn't have ranged. That is a very bad sign for them. In campaign, of course, it doesn't matter, but when it comes to multiplayer, man, oh man, that balances. It is rough. It is rough for Slaanesh. But then again, pain and suffering is on their menu, so I'm surprised that most Slaanesh mains aren't happy about that. But I guess it's not my job to judge. Khorne, Tzeentch, Nurgle, Legions of Chaos probably slap. Khorne is pretty good. Legions of Chaos isn't playable in multiplayer. Greasus is dying. Let's get him out of there. Get him out of there. Yeah, I think actually Khorne and Slaanesh both do pretty bad. The thing about melee heavy factions is that they need to be really good at melee to do well. We're talking like vampire counts levels of strong, where they have like stuff like breath attacks, right? The thing is, that's the crazy thing. Vampire counts use breath attacks as their range tool. Slaanesh doesn't even have that, which is a big problem. Did we lose a scrap launcher again? I think we did. Whoopsie daisies. Oh, actually, Balance of Power hates us right now. If we get army lost here, I think we lose a lot. So let's actually pay a little bit more attention here before we absolutely get annihilated. Yeah, here's the problem. These Jade Lancers over here. Them Jade Lancers always causing issues. Do I still have ogre units? I have a few, but they're actually sort of spread out right now. Random question. Considering the main problem with walls is that the AI likes to starve them out, would it actually be good in multiplayer since you are usually starved for turns in most modes? I'm not sure what you're going about there. When I talk about multiplayer, I'm talking about like the usual. I'm talking about like not campaign multiplayer. I think campaign multiplayer balance also doesn't really matter too much. Overall, like it matters a little bit, but like most people don't play that competitively. And when it comes to pure campaign, you can usually get by with most any strategy. So I'm not super worried about that either. Pendulum. Oh yeah, Pendulum was great for Zinch. Although Pendulum got super nerfed. Super mega nerfed. Also, hey, Flying Taco's back. Ryan Smith. Are you allowed to use Iron Blasters? I don't know. Does it have Gnoblar in the name? I think not. It actually is being driven by an ogre. So that was the main deciding factor. If you zoom in real hard, you'll see. So yeah, no Iron Blasters. Not to mention that would also be extremely OP. That would that would make the campaign trivial. How am I supposed to constantly lose quest battles if I have such a strong unit? Oh, that would be terrible. That'd be terrible content. But yeah, no, if it was driven by Gnoblars, I would use it. But sadly not. Slaanesh needs a Nurgle grinder. Slaanesh? Look, Slaanesh can be a melee-centric faction with some range units. If you look at Norska, they have skirmishers, they have javelins. And those guys alone make the roster work. Without them, Norska sort of becomes absolute garbage. And that's sort of what Slaanesh is in right now, right? You know, you have a faction that's known for their melee, but they really should have a little bit of ranged just to fill roster gaps. Either that, or you go the vampire counts strategy, where they have like really powerful abilities to make up for it. Stonehorn with harpoons have Gnoblars on them. It also has ogres on them. Also a problem. We can't do that. You know, the only reason I allow Greasus here is because he's being carried by a million Gnoblars. And we all know Greasus can't fight, so it's mostly the Gnoblars doing that. Then again, I also recruit Ogre Legendary Lord, so I guess I'm just talking out my butt. Yeah, just use some Norskins to fill the gaps for Slaanesh. I don't think the thematics would be hurt that much. We already have Marauders of Slaanesh. So, yeah, you know, there could be that. But, you know, we'll get there eventually, right? I'm pretty sure usually what CA does is that with the first DLC, they really flesh out the rosters and factions. So I assume with the first big Slaanesh DLC, we will be seeing something that allows them to win in a melee blob. Something to do it. It can be a spell, it can be whatever, right? But yeah. If they just give Slaanesh like bigger, if they just give Slaanesh like more average melee units, then they're doomed. but I have confidence. Usually the DLCs are quite good. No, Slaanesh just historically hasn't had range. Same with Khorne. See, the thing is, Khorne does have those cannon motorcycles, and no one has a problem with that as it pertains to thematics. So like I think it'd be fine. And it doesn't have to be proper ranged. That's the big thing. It can be pseudo ranged. So something like breath attacks for vampire counts, if they can emulate that somehow, that would do it too. Okay, nice. Nice. We finally freed up these guys. Now it's just Greasus getting mobbed over here. Gonna slow down all the infantry and just hide him. And then the scrap launchers should be able to finish everything off. Khorne was purely 8E before it did lack ranged. Okay, I see. Yeah, but But yeah, I don't know. There's a few ways they could go about it. They could go like, if they really want Slanesh to be melee only, they better give them something, you know? Because even Korn, well, okay, well, Korn still has a few issues. Primarily the fact that he cannot, just has the worst time in the world against, he also has a really bad time against Nurgle. But he does have mobility and very strong, like, melee frontline fighters. Slanesh is all about the mobility, which also does cause a few issues here and there. Like, Slanesh doesn't have any units that can hold ground for any amount of time. And you can say that's thematics, but, like, that's like very one note, right? It's sort of like getting, it's the same problem that the dwarves have, or had, or have, where a lot of their units don't have mobility, right? Like, you can say dwarves are a super slow faction, but they have gyrocopters. You can get away with a faction's defining trait being broken by a few units. I don't think that's a problem, but you know, it's fun to speculate. Nurgle is, oh yeah, Nurgle too. Sort of same issue where he does not have a good time against anyone with kite. Any amount of skirmish potential will ruin Nurgle. Just because really the only longish range guys he has is like the Soul Grinder and his and Kugoth himself. I feel like if a faction lacks many ranged options, they should have some form of oh yeah, summoned units. Summoned units help a lot. There's a little bit of an issue where everyone has summoned units, so it makes it where even like, you know, even the ranged heavier factions will have summons, and then you run into a few issues there. But in general, yeah, that's a good way of breaking through boxes. But like a big heavy spell to force an enemy to move is pretty good. Something like Final Transmutation is also a really nice way to shut down boxes. There's a few ways CA could go about it. Yeah, no anvil. Yeah, more or less. So Slanesh is all hammer. And you know what? I like the idea that Slanesh is all hammer, just because of the statement alone, but yeah, still a little bit of a problem in the roster. However, as long as we get those DLCs, we'll be good. The question is, when will we get DLCs? CA have not released a roadmap or anything. There's been generally not a lot of information overall. I'm happy to sort of wait patiently, but I know a lot of people are eagerly awaiting whatever the next DLC is. You know what would be the perfect DLC? If they give us, I would love to see something like we get the Chaos Dwarves, and then we get free LC that just adds like, you know, extra units to all the demon factions or something. Although obviously, they'd probably want to save that for another DLC. Look, I just want content of any sort. Could CA do that in a reasonable amount of time? Probably not. Probably not. You know. But man, that'd be great. I'd be so excited to get some proper proper content drops, like even minor ones, but I'm no businessman, so I don't know what the best strategy is for doing that. Hopefully one day we'll see that though. I know just like a lot of the community has been itching for it, and the fact that they put up a sort of non-video for us recently makes it a bit more sad too. Because usually, right, we'd be seeing teasers and stuff, you know, like a Twitter post or something of something just vague on the horizon. None of that yet. We're all still waiting. Having summons makes sense for demon factions. For demon factions, you know, it does sort of make sense. The problem is that in multiplayer, it makes them very samey. Which is more of a gameplay issue than a thematics issue. Because you want all of them to feel distinct in their playstyles. But if they're all really relying on summons to do well, then there's a bit of a problem there. But, you know, what can you do? Playing Khorne with Blood for the Blood God active. And 2 cultists in your stack means that you can plop down. Yeah, you can get a lot of summons as Khorne, indeed. 3 Bloodletters and 3 Bloodthirsters. That alone can kill like 50% of most armies. It's crazy because you snipe their lord, and then you snipe a bunch of their front line or back line, and then the rest of your army just rolls over. In general, I think Corn's pretty crazy in campaign, but man, look at that. That was a pretty good fight. We got ambushed by 2 armies and won it. Look at that. We're set, guys. No problems over here. Although, I might want to double back and pick up that 6th scrap launcher. Let's see. I could run them down, but that's actually not too important for me right now. I should probably double back and defend this settlement instead. Alright. Get those reinforcements going. Start heading over here and take a look at these armies. How do you guys feel about this? We have a peasant stack, but we have no ranged. I don't think we can actually fight this. Not yet. So we'll wait a turn. We'll take the turn of attrition, and then Greases can show up and lend a helping hand. And then once he's healed to full, we'll do the quest battle again. And then we'll replace him with our other lord. Sound like a plan, guys? I think that's a plan. Nice. Some more buffs. Our red line is maxed out now, which means it's time to focus on the main line abilities. 5 melee attack. That is not too great, but you know what? I'll take it. His speed's also 40 now, which makes Greases faster than Norgal's infantry, so that's a plus. So nice. All things are looking good for us. All things are just dandy. No problems in this campaign, none in the slightest. Yeah, so all chaos factions have cultists that summon. I feel like that design is a little bit uninspired though. Maybe not uninspired, but like it feels a little bit feels like a little bit more work could have been done there to really distinguish the summons. Like maybe you make some cultists have really big summons. You know, like give a bloodthirster summon that will last a long time or something, or like a short amount of time, but make it like super expensive. But instead, all the summons just summon the mid-tier infantry for the factions, which is a lot less exciting. Now, I'd be down to see some real huge summons in multiplayer. Although, of course, that's just my preference. Question regarding lead belchers: do silver shields block their shots? I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure silver shields don't block them. You can usually tell, because when they're holding the shield and they get hit, they'll do like this sort of thing. But instead of the unit just gets flung 50 meters back, yeah, it means that they probably didn't block it with their shield. Let's see, what's... oh yeah, I don't need to build any more buildings. There's literally nothing left in this camp for me to build. Also, speaking of, I'd love to get another camp down in this sort of safe region. Let's do that. There we go. So the reason we're doing this is because camps are my main source of income. And yeah, I want to be spamming these loot pile buildings as much as possible. 200 extra gold a turn is just great. Not to mention it also gives me a ton more local replenish or local recruitment, so I can get armies out super quickly. Yeah, that's gonna be the plan. And then I guess it's also a good idea to spam out some Gnoblars here. For my own safety, of course. Nice. Whew. Slaanesh has the option to spread cultists around and make a 19 stack of cultists. Yeah, that's true. The cultist 19 stack. Have you guys had success with that? I feel like that would kill basically everything, just because of how much damage they do. That's gotta be quite strong. I think all of the demon factions probably do well with the cultist stack. Maybe that's why people don't like the demon prince. And speaking of, I think the plans for the next campaign is going to be the demon prince. I'm still waiting on mods and stuff, but I think Loopy's investigating that, working mostly in his free time since Why not, right? So, yeah. As soon as this campaign is done, I'll see if I can get that thrown together. For anyone who hasn't heard about it, the plan is to have an a beyond legendary difficulty mod, where the game just has everything. So it has old AI, it has amped up AI aggression. I think that was on the list of things that were possible. It definitely will have AI cheats, and it will also have AI. Am I facing the right way? I'm not. I'm only attacking from 2 directions this time. But yeah, AI cheats, AI aggression if possible, and also larger armies. Everything just amped up as much as possible to create the ultimate campaign of pain. I'm super excited for it. Cataclysm difficulty, End Times campaign. Yeah, I'll need to think of a good name for it, but that's on the chopping block. Because I really want to be able to use all the mechanics for a faction without feeling bad about cheesing or anything else. Oh dang, they're just beelining it. They're beelining it to the other capture points. Good move from the AI. I want to be a bit careful here since these fights, I think, are disadvantaged for me, especially with the AI cheats. But this should go pretty well, right? Cavalry's having a bit of a hard time. Yeah, lead belcher shots, shields do not block them. It's usually pretty clear. If it doesn't have like usually projectiles are like super thin, you know, with the white and black outlines. Those projectiles are the ones that you want to be that are blockable, right? Anything that actually has a larger model size is typically something that can't be blocked by a shield. At least that's sort of my metric for it. So like a Lithanar, he has his big bow shot that you see getting thrown down. That is, I'm pretty sure, not blockable by shields because it has a big fancy projectile. Also, I think I played this battle a bit incorrectly. I'm pretty sure they're going to take the settlement, but I don't really need it that bad. Still though, a bit of a misplay. Can I disengage here and ring around the rosy them? I hope I can. Nah, army loss. Okay, we didn't need it. It's a minor settlement. Man, we did like no damage though. I guess it's expected given that they have all ogres and I got Gnoblars mixed in. Whoopsies. What I should have done is defended the final point and get like a big cannon tower. That probably would have been way smarter. But you'll live and learn. I still haven't really mastered playing these settlement battles. I think Legend is way ahead of me on that. He seems to really know how to maneuver the AI properly, but I'm still sort of figuring out the best way to, you know, the best choke points to defend and so on. Yes, I would like to ally with Chaos. Are you kidding me? As always, anytime I'm playing a campaign, we will be the End Times. Nice. And all right, looks like people are going into those portals. Yeah, it'll still be a while before they get all the souls. So here we have Greasus. We have our camp. Camp's going to focus on getting cheaper units. The meat generation is a bit excessive right now, but I do like casualty replenishment. And then, yeah, we can pick a fight with Cathay. What's the worst that can happen, right? I'll probably want to. I should probably do these more, right? These abilities, since we have quite a bit of a food excess right now. And ooh, look at that research too. Let's do a quick look at the research. Do you guys know if there's any research that buffs up Gnoblars by a good amount? I'm just gonna do a quick skim. Speed for Gnoblar trappers. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. That's actually, that's pretty hilarious. Oh my gosh. Yes, are you kidding me? 50% upkeep reduction? What? Okay, well that's insane. That's actually insane. That's the best That's the best tech tree upgrade I've seen for this entire campaign. Oh my gosh. Alright, yeah, there's nothing else that is more important than that. And then after we'll get the speed for the Gnoblars. That is great for us. Jeez Louise. Alright, let's take this fight. I'm pretty sure we win it with scrap launchers. It's mostly these cannons that I want to take care of first. Actually, no, this is a pretty bad fight. Let's just do an ambush instead. I feel like that's much better. There we go. Okay, now let me just open the window because I'm melting. Okay. Yeah, it looks like they decided not to attack. But yeah, that upkeep is huge. Huge for us. Have you seen the mod that allows you to feed Gnoblars to your army for meat? That seems pretty good. Emergency meat. The thing is, though, it's not lore friendly. No one likes eating Gnoblars. Not even the ogres. So, yeah, there's a bit of a lore misstep over there. Okay, nice. So we're gonna run down this lizardmen army. Then we're gonna go back, finish our replenishment, do the quest battle, win it, replace Greasus, have a better lord, run over Cathay. In that order, that's the plan. I'm thinking the province that I'm in right now is sort of self-sufficient, and Greasus can sort of go on a wider campaign up north to really give Cathay a hard time, show them who's boss. And then sort of the western side of the mountains we can ignore for some time. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so this army's pretty weak. I'm just going to position my scrap launchers like so to get some flanking shots on the skinks, and then the trappers are going to try and draw their aggro this way. Yeah, this seems like a plan. All right. And how will they respond? It looks like they're turning face towards my scrap launchers. I can't really tell. Oh yeah, there we go. The more they turn sideways, the better, since we get more lengthwise shots. Oh, and there we go. All right, sweet. And we are running away right now, just to avoid any friendly fire shenanigans that can happen. Definitely don't want that. And in fact, yeah, we're going to turn and fight at this point. Here we go. And I think this should be pretty done and done. We'll take a few losses here on the Gnoblars that get friendly fired. Not too much of an issue, it's fine. And then a heal up on some ogres. And then I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so at this point, we must ask ourselves, who do you think is going to win the quest battle? You guys think the AI is going to defeat me for the millionth time, or do you think we're finally going to be able to beat them? This army isn't that much different from before. The biggest difference is that I'm just hoping that my micro is going to be a bit better. Alternatively, we wait for gold chevron Gnoblars, which is a bit safer, but I'm feeling a bit angsty. Not angsty, but like I'm feeling ready to move in and finish that battle. It's been sitting there for far too long. Alrighty. Nice, pretty good battle. You think the AI is gonna win it? Alright, we already found a traitor. Phil, you're free to ban yourself. Alright, and yeah, replenishment? Nah, we'll go for the money instead. Alright. Let's see, and I think if we do some this, there we go. Everything should heal except for one unit of Gnoblars, which will sub out for one in these camps. That should be good. Oh man, look at that. 0 upkeep Gnoblars already. Sick. Oh, this camp has ogres in it. What am I doing with my life? There we go. And we can also upgrade, there we go, more income. Yeah, you know, we can get a third camp in here just to really double down on our sort of income production. Pretty excited about that. Just checking these buildings to see if there's anything worth getting. Stash hut for the recruit rank is just barely good enough because it means we can recruit gold chevron Gnoblars if we have enough camps with that. A very minor boon, but you know, still worth it. Sweet. All right, I'm excited to do the big push into Cathay. Are you going for the Gnoblar kicker big name? Eventually, yeah. I'm not really rushing for it. I'd rather have a bit of magic. The thing is, between magic or unbreakable Gnoblars, I would almost rather have magic. Maybe I'm misguided here, but I feel like magic is way better than unbreakable Gnoblars. Because the unbreakable will increase our effectiveness by a little bit more, but it's not going to work any wonders for me, I think. If anything, it's going to make it easier to lose Gnoblars, which could be quite bad. Sweet. Okay, so we're going to go here. We're going to head to the camp. For whatever reason, oh, it's because that's open. There we go. Yeah, we're going to head to the camp. We're going to pick up one of these guys. We're going to go over here. We're going to... Too close to another camp. Dang it. Alright. Well, we'll settle for less then. And then let's go ahead and try this for the millionth time. I really want this item over here. We're fighting for +3 control all provinces. Makes conquest way easier. So, yeah, let's do it. Unbreakable Gnoblars are the real magic. I will say that makes things a lot more tempting for me. Gnoblars running away they are a feature. Also, Alex Karen, hello. Hey, do you want to get a unit named after you? That's what we're doing for this campaign. If you want to see, if you want to be a scrap launcher or a Gnoblar, your choice. You get to choose whichever one, and then we'll see how long you live for. As right now, the death toll for Gnoblars is pretty extreme. Now, this battle over here, they have a lot of stealth goblins. That's a little bit of a problem. Of course, scrap launchers can do well against them, but it's not a perfect situation. As for the army that comes in from behind, I have a plan this time. We're going to grab our stocked units over here, and we're just going to catch them at the pass. These ogres are also going to be supporting. And then Greasus is going to be there too. Literally, this entire army is just going to get killed by the scrap launchers. I'm pretty sure the scrap launcher should be able to do it fairly well. Given a bit of cycle charging and maneuvering. But we'll keep a close eye on it. Yeah, a bit of cycle charging should do pretty well. These guys have nice anti-infantry and a decent amount of charge. Give me a Gnoblar and throw me in there for the cause. Can do, man. Can do. We'll do it after this quest battle, since your chances of death are highest here, so at least you'll know you'll live past this. Alright, so far we're seeing pretty good damage on these guys. Scrap launchers are they're specialized towards beating units that have low armor. So goblins are essentially their perfect target. Here are the reinforcements for the AI. And to make sure that we can get a good amount of firing in, we're going to do some light checkerboarding. Very light checkerboarding. Nice, but most of the work's going to be done by these ogres. And Greasus, of course. Oh, look at that. AI's trying to maneuver to get that flank on. I was a little bit late on the call, but it looks like they're turning around, thankfully. Alright, that's pretty good. By the way, can you hear my door in the background? If you can, I'll put a stopper in it. Every time I have the window open, it'll do that. Sort of just open and close constantly. Looks like the scrap launchers are doing pretty well. We're going to turn these guys and start firing in on these archers. The melee units are less of a problem, really. Enticity, can you change the faction name to the Gnoblar Kingdoms? Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? For sure. Remind me after this battle, while I'm changing up names. And it will be done. Here's the Arachnarok Spider. We're going to debuff it. Fight it with Greasus. Okay, now these guys are getting suspiciously close to my lines now. We're going to activate melee mode for our scrap launchers. And they're going to start plowing through, actually doing quite a bit of damage to these guys. You know, maybe I should have just melee moded these guys earlier. Look at that. That's some surprising damage, actually. I guess it's because of their high mass against the low mass of the goblins. Can't hear any door noises. Nice. So it's only me that will go insane. Not bad. Not bad. And look at that. All these guys are routing off. This concave is going great for me. Let's scoot these guys up a tiny bit. And then we'll slow down all of their mobility. Yeah, looks like the scrap launchers are doing quite well for themselves. And then after that, it's just some black orcs who aren't... It's not the end of the world. A couple black orcs coming in. The great thing about taking the fight here, too, is that they'll be routing off the edge of the map easier. Makes life a whole lot better for me. I do have to be careful about nasty skulkers, though. They will ruin me if I'm not careful. Not to mention this Arachnarok Spider can kill Greasus if he doesn't have support. That's a sad thing about Greasus. Everyone talks about the Demon Prince not being good. No one even mentions Greasus. I think they've given up. That's a bit of a shame. Everyone acknowledges that he's bad, but yeah, a lot more people talk about the Demon Prince. Maybe it's just because they like the idea of the prince more. I don't know. Alright, back to ranged fire mode. Actually, this guy's gonna run away for his own safety. And how's this going? Spider is slowly but surely going down. It's taken a while, but we'll definitely take it out. This is going way smoother than last time, by the way. Last time I was kiting the AI around for a while, because I took the fight here. So I was just having a really hard time chasing units off the map. This time around is different. And I think we'll be able to win pretty cleanly. Although I am calling it pretty early, considering that we have still a few black orcs to kill off. Greasus is good by association. You don't need to fight if you have hunters and stonehorns. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's a big thing for Greasus that helps him out. Just the faction as a whole is much scarier. But the Demon Prince faction, it's just like a bunch of demon units. But like no like crazy game-winning mechanics. So I can see why he's not seen as too great. But that's okay. He just needs to be there to eat the corpses. Yeah, that's Greasus' main job. He's more of a businessman than a fighter. Okay, nice. Spider is down. Next up, we're gonna turn face. We're going to retreat from these guys. We still have a bunch of goblins that we need to kill off. But the black orcs should be pretty easy to kite. One thing that has me a bit worried is if Greasus gets killed by a goblin here, which is not impossible, unfortunately. So I'm keeping a close eye on that. Gotta make sure he does not die. Okay, there we go. Looks like his anti-large is helping him out there. Very nice. And we killed a spider. Oh my gosh, it's going way better than before. This is going a million times better than before. Look at that. Routing off some more squig herds. 3rd time's the charm is true, guys. It's never been more true than this. Oof, I don't like taking so much damage on that scrap launcher, though. You like Demon Prince because of his roster? It's a pretty big roster. I think just mechanics-wise, some people might want more, but like, I would say, yeah, he's pretty good. Like, I really like all the mobility options on the Demon Prince. Because you can sort of play it like Slanesh, you know, with a bunch of Furies and stuff, but then you also have a bit of ranged. I really like that about the faction. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to pick it up for the next campaign run. Okay, let's see if we can get some volleys on these black orcs. Demon Prince supports a lot of lower tier units. Yeah. It's an interesting faction. Out of all of them, I like how his mechanics play out. And I like the customization too, just because I'm less about having a crazy fighter lord, although that is really fun, of course, you know. I enjoy my Scar brands as much as everyone else, but the really big thing for me is his, sorry, just making sure I don't die. The really big thing is his ability to customize abilities. So, like, being able to cast spells, and, like, fairly high-level spells pretty early on is pretty fun for him. I gotta say, I like that. Yeah, the mixing and matching is pretty fun. But obviously, you know, if they buffed him up, I'd be happy for that, too. Some units are just so good in any stack. Really, it's mostly just I like dogs and furies. That's the main thing. Yeah, if it was just that forever, I think I'd be a happy man. Oof, that volley's gonna hurt. And it does. Still though, it looks like our maneuvering is going well. Most of the black orcs are over here. So we actually have quite a bit of kiting space. And you know what? Let's just slow these guys down. Okay. Next up, I also want to chase down some units. That's going to be pretty important to get this Butcher ability, which will give me just a whack load of free healing. You love Demon Prince due to being able to get 4 Exalted Demons. Also very fun. You know, I like the Exalted Demons a lot more than the Soul Grinders. I feel like the Soul Grinders were actually pretty, they were a bit overhyped, thinking about it. Because everyone sort of, because they were made to be generalist units, but CA made them a lot weaker than I would have thought. They're actually not that good at any of the jobs that they do. They're just sort of good in an every situation sense. So because of that, I much prefer this more specialist nature of the other units instead. Alright, nice. Looks like these black orcs are basically dead at this point. We've lost a few Gnoblars over there, but that's fine. Over here, some nasty skulkers are gone. But really, all we gotta worry about is the black orcs. So I think we can go into an autopilot mode here for this battle. Into ×4. Going to regroup, and then we're going to figure out which targets we want to shoot at with these scrap launchers. We have more than enough ammunition this time around to kill basically anything. So, or to kill basically everything that's left in the army. So we're just going to spread them out, give it a big ol' right click, and then they should melt in due time. And then we can ×4 this since there's no real reason to play more efficiently than this. Nice, there's a few black orcs over here, but am I really worried about that? Probably not. Oh, I am getting shot at though by these goblin archers, which is a good sign to relocate once again. You know what? Let's have the ogres fight their lord. He is actually a little bit scary. Here we go. And actually, no, balance of power is even. Maybe I don't want to ×4 it. Maybe I don't. We'll slow it down a little bit. Maybe we'll do like a ×2. Hey, Luperden, hello. Luperden, by the way, we're naming units after members. If you'd like to be a Gnoblar trapper or a scrap launcher, let me know. I'd be happy to assign you a position in the army, wherever you want to be. Alright, yeah, we're safe for a ×2, right? Fairly safe. At some point, I can start using these guys to cycle charge, but I think that time is not yet. Okay, finally, that's those gobos getting routed off. Doomstack Nurgle Soul Grinders is fun. I would say Nurgle Soul Grinders probably one of the most fun Soul Grinders out of the bunch. And Artillery Soul Grinder is hard to pass up. So I think it's just one more unit of black orcs over here that I have to worry about. And then a couple lords is all. Yeah, we should be good. Trapper, please. Will do. Will do. I need to open up a notepad to remember all the names that I'm putting in. Let's see, how is this going? We'll get some cycle charge action on those black orcs. In theory, I think cycle charging them does okay. It does okay, nice. Okay. So these guys can finish off this last black orc unit, and then the melee scrap launcher should be able to carry. Nice. A little bit scarier than I thought it would turn out. Plus, this guy is probably going to be a bit of an issue. We'll see how it plays out. Where are these guys shooting at? These black orcs? Alright. I'm not liking how the balance of power is staying the same, but I'm still confident. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're gonna plow through. And then as long as this thing doesn't break, I think we're good. And how about this over here? We'll bring these units back. Nice. Few more cycle charges. This one is actually out of ammo, so it's going to go full melee mode. And then, what do we have? A couple more black orcs. You know, the black orcs were a lot sturdier than I thought they would be, but it was still doing fine enough. And I'm pretty sure this charge should just annihilate those guys. And, yeah, pretty good. Sweet. Over here, let's pull these guys back in. But yeah, so let's see. I guess I don't really have too many talking points. See, the sort of the weird thing about streaming so often is that there's only so many things I can talk about before looping. I feel like I've talked about my enjoyment for Warhammer multiple times at this point. I need to like get some more outside stories, but with all the restrictions and stuff, it's really hard to just have things to talk about, I found. Like, the rest of my day is editing Warhammer videos, which I guess I could talk about. You guys want to hear about thumbnails? You want to hear about me making thumbnails? Maybe a bit of, wow, this guy actually died to ogres? Look at that, that's pretty sick. But yeah, we can talk about thumbnails, you know? I can talk about how I did some walking on a treadmill this morning. That was fun. That's the thing. There's nothing. Life is empty. You guys are... This right now is the most exciting part of my day. That's pretty interesting. Oh, man. Yo, I can't wait till things open up again. I haven't talked about it in a while, so I'll bring it up again. But, yeah, I'm a huge fan of doing... going to dance parties. Like, doing a bit of swing, a bit of jazz. That is very much my jam, so... I'm sure I can get a whole host of stories on that front as soon as I'm able to. Yeah, we can talk about unit concepts I want in game. Dwarves with jetpacks. That'd be pretty good. The dwarf DLC. There's no way a dwarf DLC doesn't come sometime. Like, you know, in Warhammer's life cycle. The Thunder Barge is almost guaranteed at this point, and we also have the Chaos Dwarves, which is like the perfect situation to get a dwarf on dwarf DLC. There's no way that doesn't happen. In fact, if the first Warhammer 3 DLC is dwarves against dwarves, I would be very happy with that. I think there's actually a non-zero chance that happens too. Although I think it's still pretty unlikely, but come on, that's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. My two favorite factions, Chaos Dwarves and Normal Dwarves. It would be glorious, guys. It would be insane. That or you know, if they, I'll also accept a Gnoblar DLC. That'd also be pretty good. Don't some of the Age of Sigmar dwarves have something like jetpacks? I think they do. It's a little bit out of, like, Age of Sigmar is a little bit... It has its own flavor, you know? I don't know if I want to mix that in with my Warhammer. Okay, finally closed my door. Jeez Louise. And hey, look at that. We won the battle. We actually won it. After 7 sessions. We did it. Oh my goodness. Glorious. What unexpected race packs are people hoping for in Warhammer 3? Oh man, unexpected race packs. I think what would be like? I think the Hobgoblin Khanate is something that people have talked about, but no one actually expects it to make it into the game. I think that's probably the Vampire Coast of Warhammer 3. Amazing. We finally did it. The item, the Over Tyrant's Crown. We're gonna replace Grease's next turn, since I'm pretty sure the passive still happens with or without him. What? So he has it on right now, actually. I'll see what happens if we get rid of him. If our public order goes down, then we'll know we'll have to keep him. For now, we'll get him some more HP. And then if we replace him, yeah, we can replace him with this guy. Okay, nice. It only went down by 1, which I think is just another thing on his, like, one of his abilities. So I think we're good. I think we're good. And we can start leveling up this guy. Sick! Oh yeah, Nippon. Or Nippon. I think it's just pronounced Nippon. That would be pretty hype. How would they distinguish themselves from like... okay, well, no. There's obviously a lot of ways they can distinguish themselves from Cathay. Japan and China have different cultures. Let's not be racist here. But like they're definitely, like, you know, they're neighbors. So I'd be interested to see how they really put in that separation. Like Nippon has a lot of like demon stuff, right? I don't know if that's actually established lore or just fan art. But that would be really cool. Because Cathay is very anti-demon. So yeah, that could be really sick. But I think that's probably pretty rare, right? we got Ind, we got Nippon, and Araby. All of those guys are super low on the list for DLCs that I expect to see in the future. Super duper duper low, unfortunately. Let's see, building upgrades. What do I want? What do I really want? I guess we'll just save money. Think about invading chaos gods with halflings. Also, that would be pretty good. I think halflings is I would put halflings more likely than Nippon, Araby, and Ind. Because CA, I think they're willing to humor the memes. I think like all those other factions, they might just have it might be hard to get them in because of Games Workshop, right? Like for Cathay, they had a whole integrated thing for us to see them with like you know, the old world stuff. So if those factions aren't showing up in the old world, I don't think they'll show up in Warhammer 3. That's my theory. That's my theory. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong. But I think that's how it's gonna play out. So we have a few armies here I'm not too worried about. We have a few more in the distance suffering attrition. Also not a problem. The Great Hall of Joe is immense. We have a million ogres over there. Not to mention we can also recruit a new army to start dealing with that. And now we just start powering. So we're going to save up a bit of cash. And then we're going to get ready to recruit our second army, who's going to stay around here and sort of clean up home base. That's going to be Greasus. Gorg, Joe Mama, he's going to go ham. And yeah, it's going to be great. Also, we had some renaming to do. So we're going to get Looper Den. There we go. I just remembered. We need to rename the faction too, right? Let's see. Who else? I think yeah, there we go. Alex. And we're going to rename this guy to Alex Karen. Nice. And then the faction, we're going to rename that as a whole. Where is the rename faction button? Save character view records. Yeah, I remember it. It's like, it's somewhere in here, right? Is it all the way up here? Like if we do this? Yeah, rename faction. So right now, it's just Goldtooth. But, what was that? What was it? What did you guys want it renamed to? Something Gnoblar? It's like, oh, someone knows it. Araby official content is kinda skeletal. Araby was fleshed out by unofficial source books, I see. Gobtooth. Yeah, there we go. The Gnoblar Kingdom. Yeah. Gnoblar Kingdom. There we go. We got it down. Nice. All right. I don't know if that actually changes much up here, but that's pretty fun. Nice. And so begins our preparations for the invasion Northwards. We're going for Cathay. Finally, after all this build-up. Yeah, we're gonna head on over there. Eventually, we'll get that tech upgrade for cheaper Gnoblars, and then that will mean that we'll be set for life. We'll be set for life. We'll be able to afford a second army super easily. Gnoblar tooth? Will I go that far? We'll see about it. Daddy Gnoblar's wild ride. Oh my goodness, that's a spicy one indeed. 600 gold. Am I willing to rate myself that low? Given that we are aligning with chaos, I think it's fine enough taking 600 gold to fight the Empire. Empire is actually pretty easy to fight too, due to their... Actually, no, they have a lot of knights. So we run into the same problems with Cathay. But you know what? It's fun. It's fun to declare war on random factions. Alright. Here we go. Northwards. Just gonna park right here. Say hello to our Cathayan overlords. And disappear. We never existed. And then over here, just get some more garrisons going. And now turn should be flying by, because we don't have a lot of settlements to build up now. It's basically just these. So, yeah. Yeah, it should be good. Oh, and they spotted it. How dare they? Well, can't be too bad. So, what are we looking at? We're looking at 3 armies. Mostly infantry. The main one only has 1 cannon. So... obviously, we want to take out that cannon as fast as possible. The ones that come off the edge of the map could be a bit harder to deal with. Taking a quick look at the heroes, they don't seem too scary. So, I think we're good. What's this? Melee attack and weapon strength. This is best put on a unit of ogres, I believe. For Gnoblardom! Here we go. Okay. This is going to be a scrap launcher special. If the scrap launchers don't win it here, I don't know what will. Yeah, and then I think... So the thing is, they did really badly against the Blackworks. So late game is going to be real bad. What difficulty is this on? This is on Legendary? Legendary. Or Legendary Very Hard. There is no Legendary Legendary, but... yeah, Legendary Very Hard, because that is my preferred game mode. We don't ever play on any other game mode unless it's part of a specific challenge. Nice. Can we get them with these scrap launchers? I'm spreading them out because it makes them a little bit more... makes it easier for them to maneuver and fire, since they won't get in the way of each other. And let's see, I guess I'll move up with my hero to start pummeling that artillery. And then we'll move up with our army and just park right over here. Oh yeah, I forgot about Nightbot. Yeah, if you're a bit too hype in chat, Nightbot might just execute you. Just a general heads up. It's also partially there because it will shut down the bots too. Although we haven't actually seen a lot of bots, which is a blessing. But yeah, it's also a good way of getting rid of bots. But I still need to tune down its settings. Because, yeah, it's way too aggressive right now. Far too aggressive. Oh, actually, no. Since these are all peasant spearmen, the Gnoblars should do quite a bit of damage to them. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, full-on Robocop. Indeed. Can I just better armor piercing? Not too big. We'll just plop it down in that blob. I'm scared of AI. Yo, you should be. AI is crazy scary. Have you seen all the deepfake technology? There's enough. That's the scary thing. There is enough video of my voice and my mannerisms to get a pretty good deepfake at this point. If you guys wanted to make it look like I'm saying anything, it's possible. With very little effort too. Yeah, because I have my computer science background, I know a lot. Like I'm very interested in AI in general. So I learn a lot about this stuff, and it's spooky. Yeah, you can't be certain if this is a real me. You know, I have a bot that I made called Entbot, And if you trust in my ability to code AI, you know, this could be it. This could be it. The thing is, though, the thing that really holds us back from getting insane AI that takes over the world is probably just the fact that programmers generally their code is not that up to snuff. You know, if a dangerous AI is going to be written, it's not going to be from us. It's probably going to be Google that ends the world instead. Because yeah, I can say with confidence I do not have the skills to do any of that. Although then again, deepfake technology is accessible to the wider public, so there's a little bit of that to fear, but you know, whatever. I'm sure it's fine. What's a bit of deepfake controversy, anyways, right? I'm sure you guys will be fine with it. It'll just become the new me. And you know, really, if an AI would deepfake, or if someone would deepfake me playing campaign, but I get the ad revenue for it, that would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. It's like a free worker. This is exactly what you want AI to be here for. So we're just kiting back a little bit. Balance of power is actually going worse for us as time goes on. But scrap launchers still have good ammunition, so I'm not too worried. I've said that many a times, though. We'll be careful. It's all about killing off these artillery pieces mostly. So we're gonna drop a heal on these ogres to sort of ensure that they're able to do that. How about this over here? Kiting's going fine. And then we'll punch him again. We'll cast fist. That's the best meme that has come out of Warhammer. One of the best. Oh man, this is a little bit sketchy though, because our ogres are having a hard time in these fights here. It also means that they're not here to help stop these Jade Lancers from causing a lot of issues, but I think my Lord alone should be good enough. Okay, let's go ahead and back up again. The bot that ends the world is meant to crawl the internet for the best spaghetti recipes. That is how the world ends, yes. It's the most mundane things that end the world. For sure, because rogue AI, you know. You tell it to do a very simple task, but you give it unlimited power. This is the equivalent to, yeah. You're giving unlimited power to a very obedient, like, child, essentially. Their views on morality are still being built, very skewed, and they're just gonna do what you tell them to. And not really care about anything else. I guess that's not really like a child exactly. But like, sort of the same idea as that. Sketchy. So, looks like the Gnoblars are doing fine over here. They've managed to kite back these spears fairly well. The Jade Warriors are a little bit more scary, but I think we just have enough, we have enough lines of fire there to take them out. I still don't like that my ogres are dying to cannon crews, though. Maybe it's just these halberds, but they've been routing off pretty quickly. I guess the archers have also been helping. Okay, nice. That's a halberd unit routed off. Yeah, this is where we stand our ground and we take them out. Because we have the crossfire from each of these scrap launchers all around, just pummeling them down. And then there's the heroes. The heroes are a little bit of a weird situation because I don't have any ogres, which I would usually use to take them out. Yeah, I basically have to kill them with my Lord, and he does have a few melee buffs, but it's not great. So my door is going crazy again because of my open window. I guess I'm just living with that today. Or maybe I can close my window a little bit. Here, let's plop down a heal. We'll be back in a quick sec. Okay, just close my window a little bit. Did we lose any units? I think we're good. We'll do another fist ability here. At Enticity, I heard you said this game sucks. I'm sure I've said it. I'm sure I've said it before. It depends on the degree of sucking. That truly solidifies my opinion, though. I probably could have worked on my phrasing a little bit there, but why not? We'll embrace chaos. The golem is from Jewish folklore. What are you talking about there? Is that like what's this about a golem? Oh man, you guys are still talking about AI. Nice. Yeah, your AI is scary, but in general, I think from what I can tell, from where the world is going, it's generally the most likely scenario is a mundane dystopia. Where it's not like life is terrible. It's just life is sort of like just how it is now, you know? Like I don't know. I won't get into it because I'm not nearly I'm not nearly well versed enough in this topic to really go down this route. But I've done some light reading on it, which clearly qualifies me enough to mention it. But I like most people in chat, or at least a few of you guys will know about it. I need to really look into it more though. Like what? Like the general ideas. I guess the name sort of summarizes it all, right? Just a very mundane dystopia. It's not like everything's terrible, but like it's like the world where Facebook knows, between Facebook and Google, they know like everything about you. Okay? Like privacy is essentially dead at this point. But it doesn't really matter. They use that power so that they can sell advertisements to you a little bit better. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get at. Where yeah, the world isn't, it's not like the end of the world. It's just a thing. People sort of accept that it's a thing. But like there hasn't been any crazy things that have really come from it, or if they are crazy, it's not like, it's not super blown up, if you know what I mean, right? Yeah, late stage capitalism, more or less, yeah. Also that. Although I don't know how the specifics of like how people talk about late stage capitalism. Like I know the saying, but I don't know if I get the idea of it wrong, you know. Also depends on where you live, yeah. But like you know, obviously in some places it's much worse. But I'm talking about like, you know, very very western countries and stuff. Because then, like, you know, I'm not going to. Obviously, the thing I'm trying to skirt around right now is China. We're not going to talk about that. Because that's a whole nother issue that I am not qualified to even mention at this point. So we're not. My adverts from Google. Oh man, the ads from Google are always suspiciously close to what you've been talking about, but haven't actually been searching. That's always the weird part. I would be. See, okay, because there's one way to think about it where it's like, oh, Google is always listening to you. I feel like that's not even the case. I'm pretty sure they just know you so well, they know what you're going to talk about before you even talk about it. And then they serve you ads for it. I would hazard to guess that is the situation. But maybe I'm wrong. Lore-wise, is there such a thing as a Gnoblar hero? I have no idea. I know there's Hobgoblin heroes, right? If you talk about the Khanate. I don't know if there's a named one. But Gnoblars, I don't know if we have any named. Is there even a named Gnoblar character? Probably at least a few, but I don't think they're super special by any means. Where is Enticity HQ physically? In Canada, and not Quebec. And I'm not going to dox myself more than that. But yeah, I'm a proud Canadian. Very, very happy to be one. What? There's a Gnoblar called the Red Gnoblar who's a revolutionary. Actually, okay, if you think about Warhammer, right? You know, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to do that. But boy, oh boy, I assume this is from Warhammer past and not something that happened recently. You know, probably around the same time they were doing Araby and Ind and so on. They have a pretty good idea of where you are based on the wind. Ooh, oh man, yeah. You know, what parts of Canada are windy right now? Then you do a bit of deduction. You know, the crazy thing is, based on how good people are at GeoGuessr, if anyone hasn't heard of that, amazing game. If I took a picture of my street right now and didn't even show the text on the signs, there are people that could find out where I lived exactly in like less than an hour, pretty easily, I would say. If I just took like just a picture of my street, they would see the trees, they'd see the grass, they'd see the climate, the position of the sun, and they'd be like, yeah, he lives right here. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. If I just swivel my camera ever so slightly, I'm done for. Alternatively, you know, there's also hackers in the world that could also easily, you know, find all of my information if they really wanted to hack all of my accounts. Even with like my moderate amounts of security are not going to save me. And I have some two-factor authentication, which is good, saves me from a lot. But yeah, you know, they could probably just figure out where I live and mug me. Also terrifying. Yeah, these are the things I think about. If I can ever make this YouTube channel big enough, at some point, I'll probably need a bodyguard. But that level of famousness, not gonna happen. I am protected by your indifference, chat. The fact that you care about me less is what keeps me safe. So I guess there's that. There is that benefit. Doesn't like 95% of Canada live near the border? Yes, that's correct. It turns out living in a barren, cold wasteland is not pleasant. In fact, there's a lot of people in America that live more north than most Canadians because our borders extend pretty far down south. So like so yeah, it's not too crazy here in Canada. We're basically just an extension of America, except we have a better measurement system. Yep, I'm going there. That's right. But yeah, aside from that, it's basically America. Or it is basically Northern America, more or less. We're all protected by indifference. Also true, yeah. No, just people couldn't be bothered to mess with us. What a life. See, this is what I mean by these sort of boring dystopias. Oh man. Alright, I need to finish this battle. How do we kill these guys in a reasonable amount of time? I think we grab our scrap launchers. We grab a couple high HP Gnoblars. Right, we use these guys as my melee squad, and then we just dogpile onto their lords and heroes. I think that's the strat. Can these guys not? Oh, they have melee on, that's why. I wish I had a weasel baiter. I think my Americans think metric is better. What's it? Oh, you think many Americans think metric is better. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, also true. Also true. Also, this battle is going a bit sketchy. I think my lord is he's having a hard time actually getting hits onto these guys. Oh, come on. Come on, not like this. Not now. Attack these guys instead. Oh, they have melee mode on. Why has it got to be so janky? We'll have our lord just pick them off one at a time. I need a strong single entity. Zinch, please bestow upon me a lord of change. I'll do anything for that. Because this is only going to get harder as the campaign goes on. Until we can get some good outpost units. Shoot the balloon with the launchers? Yeah, that's a good plan. We're on it. Fire. Firing catapults at a balloon is, yeah, it's going about as expected, but it's, you know, good enough. Let's give these guys combat buffs too. That extra melee attack should help them out. Maybe we can grab like some of these guys to help in the cycle charging. You know, maybe a bit of cycle charge action on these lords. Yeah, look at that. Look at that damage. If anything, it does split them up, which makes it easier for my lord to kill them. Hey, look at that. They actually got it. The madman. Pretty good. Pretty good. Maybe a bit of terror action in here too, and then we're set. Hey, look at that army losses. I think a 20 stack of heroes ends us, which is why we need to ally with the vampire counts as fast as possible, lest we have to fight them. Yeah, I don't know what Weasel Baiter is without context, but you know, I'm happy to read your comments, I guess. Yeah, see, the thing is, even here, I technically do use the Imperial system. You know, I use inches, I use cups, but uh, but when it comes to science, that's where metric shines. Pretty good that we got that fight, by the way. The great thing about end turn battles is that you get your replenishment at the end of the turn too. Also, those ogres are allied with the greenskins, so we might be able to ally with the greenskins later on if all goes well. Nurgle really needs a catapult. He already has the soul grinders. They're basically catapults. That you can shoot your Nurglings around in slime balls. Yeah, that's basically Kugoth too. I don't know what you're talking about. Looks like the dwarves are united against us. That's fine. That's totally fine. How about these guys? They're at war with a few of these. Actually, quite a few ogre factions. Maybe I shouldn't ally with them. Alright. Myanmar and Liberia use Imperial system too. Hey, well, you know, there's that. And sometimes UK. Everyone gets a sprinkling of it. I think that's just the American influence, so. Alright, let's finally get Root Marcher. And then Troll Guts, the Maw. There we go. I think the stone is the worst metric. I never use the stone. I don't even know what that is. You already have a camp in this region. Aha, well, the big power move. Boom. Outside of this region. Camp it up. Nice. So this camp is going... It's in a pretty precarious situation. But the big benefit is that we have our back door covered over here. So in theory, it should be pretty safe as long as it's receiving the protection of this army. It'll also give us good old replenishment in enemy lands. Yeah, this should be quite good. Let's go ahead and attack this guy. We're going to fight the battle because auto resolve sucks, and then I guess we just encamp and wait a turn. It's a British influence. That's why they call it Imperial. Okay, like I don't know enough about my history. I'm sort of making assumptions here. This is also something that I'm likely underqualified for, but it's light enough where I'm willing to talk about it freely. In in Total War Warhammer 2, they did have Bretonnian towers. They would shoot cows at the highest level. Amazing Monty Python reference. Imperial system is basically, oh my gosh, again, I always forget. I always forget the friendly fire of these here artillery pieces. Imperial system is basically the same as cubits. Oh yeah, the length of Pharaoh's forearm, yeah. There's like a little bit, there's a lot of jank. You know, history is rife with people just mucking things up when it could be a lot more clean. Like what's it, isn't it like, wasn't there a thing where if you have like 13 months or something, it all lines up perfectly? Like the number of days and weeks, it's like, what? So like every month is 4 weeks or something like that. And then it lines up perfectly. Or it was like, or it's like you have an extra day in there or something like that too. I remember hearing about this somewhere. But like, there's a lot of old established systems that have just existed for a long time that are too hard to rework. Let's see, does this guy, yeah, he should block entry, so this camp should be safe. Despite it being a single ogre and a single Gnoblar, the ogre should be able to kill all of these guys, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong though. We'll see. 100 minutes in an hour? Ooh, that'd be weird, but yeah. Oh man, that one's been around for so long now. It'd be weird to see changed. But like, you know what? Let's just make everything We'll just have a huge shift in the world where all the nooks and crannies get evened out. Everyone's gonna go on the same clock. We'll just choose a time. It's fine. You'll get used to it. We'll do 100 seconds in an hour. And then, yeah, you know, daylight savings. We can probably get rid of that too. You know, instead of daylight savings, there should be like a work hour shift instead. Right? Because that's a real reason why daylight savings was put in. So just one half of the year, people start work 1 hour later. And then later they'll begin work an hour earlier. Right? If you really wanna see the daylight, you know, when you're doing whatever, right? Yeah, but there's no way you could do that all at once without causing catastrophe and also probably sparking a few riots here and there. But yeah, the French tried that by the way in the revolution. Yeah, good strategy, good strategy. You know, just chop off a few heads, right? Everyone loves a little bit of head chopping. Anyone watch Oversimplified? I think the overlap between my viewers right now and people that watch Oversimplified, I would say we fit nicely inside that their circle. What the? Someone's calling me? It's spam. It's very likely spam. Yeah. The Oversimplified, amazing channel. I'm sure we've all seen his French Revolution video. If you haven't, I would very much recommend you guys check that out because it's sick. It's hilarious. The thing about Oversimplified, man, if I was on Twitch, that would be perfect reaction content. Just like all the people on Twitch have a tendency to do. Nothing against it, by the way. Content creators, they're free to do whatever will let them, you know, pay the bills. But yeah, on YouTube, that is too risque. We're not doing that here. We're gonna just relocate a few of these guys over to this side of the settlement. Plop them down right over here. And then I think we're fairly safe, right? Yeah, and then we'll just wait for them to move into this choke point and then we're good. The cult of the supreme being. What's going on in chat now? People still talking about cows and stuff? All right. You guys, if that's what you guys want to talk about. Yeah, yo, can we just let's just become a react channel, guys. Enticity reacts to Legend of Total War winning an ogre settlement, you know? Get some good pog faces in there. We're set. That's the $1 million idea, guys. And so the Enticity channel became much less exciting. Oversimplified increased their quality by a lot. Oh, yeah, I would assume so, yeah. I haven't actually done the full, like, you know, I haven't gone back to look at their older videos. But yeah, like, definitely on the most recent videos. Very high production quality. Despite the channel being called Oversimplified. Cult of the Supreme Being was a name for the attempted new religion during the French Revolution. Oh, dang. I see that was probably not too successful, given that I have not heard of it. Then again, we're not going to judge religions based on whether or not I've actually heard about it. We're also not going to dive into topics on religion, because that is definitely a no-go topic on stream. But we can't talk about this weird supreme being thing. I'd like to learn more about it. The supreme being is a cow. Oh, wait, it actually is? Is this what you... It's actually a cow corpse. Okay, never mind. It didn't exactly stick around. No, yeah, okay. We're totally fine. We're totally fine talking about dead religions. Then again, we're not going to talk about any religions that may or may not be dead, because that is not a topic I want to talk about. So we're not treading there. But you know, if you want to talk about like the Greek gods, no one worships you know, no one worships Zeus anymore, right? We can diss Zeus. I think. I don't know, man. Even saying that makes me sweat a little bit, you know. I thought you were referencing Supreme Leader Snoke from Star Wars. You know, I was I gotta say, when you guys talked about the Supreme whatever, I did think about that, yes. Interesting. Interesting. Scientology. I think Scientology is safe ground for mockery. But we'll stay away from talking about that because that can quickly devolve into less fun conversation. Because I like to keep it generally pretty light here. Pretty light. So yeah, we'll stick away from that. Smite doesn't care about these things. Oh yeah, uh-huh. Yo, I remember trying out Smite. That was an interesting game. I think out of all of like that category of games, the one that I played the most was League of Legends. Although I heard Dota was pretty fun. If I were to choose which one to play now, I would probably pick up Dota. Just because it seems like they have really cool things with their items. Scientology lawyers incoming. If Scientology, you know, okay, there's a chance, right? Maybe, probably not on my streams. I would say that's unlikely. But there's a decent chance that someone that has watched my YouTube videos is also part of Scientology. I don't even know how to describe them, but so that is one of the reasons why we'll also stay away from that. It's just a landmine topic, isn't it? It's just a landmine topic. Shun the League of Legends player. Yeah, yo, we can shun people for playing League of Legends, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, look, see, I blame the education system, okay? Back in my day, when in my high school, it was all League of Legends, okay? They didn't shut that down early, and then now look at me. Now I'm a streamer playing Warhammer, which actually is pretty good. But yeah, no, like no one talked about Dota. I don't know why. Like maybe it was just like a generation thing. Like maybe I just didn't catch the right generation for Dota. Maybe it was just like a localized region type of thing. I don't know. Does anyone for anyone else, right? Like what made you choose Dota over League of Legends for anyone who's played Dota? The cult of okay, no, still talking about that cult. What's it? It's not actually religion. It was an attempt at mixing up beliefs. Oh, okay, that's I can see. Okay, we'll stay away from that. Warcraft 3. Ah, yes, yo, yeah. Go back a few years, you get the Warcraft 3 culture. Now that's a lot more hype, I think. No, strategy game culture. That's really good. World of Warcraft, probably also mixed in there. I assume World of Warcraft made it much bigger, if we're talking about, like, different games and stuff that were played. Let's see, this tower's gotta hit this blob. That is one of the most glorious blobs I've ever seen in my life. You played Dota because it had an auto chess? Okay, but this is more recent, right? Auto chess is a recent affair. I'm talking, like, what, at this point, dang, like nearing 10 years ago? I'm talking 8 years ago. Auto chess wasn't around back then. Unless it was, in which case, okay, my bad. Only played it for an hour though, okay. Let's see, your brother likes League of Legends, so I chose to disown him. I don't know, I don't think that's how it works. I don't think you disown your brother. But yeah, no, I'm fine with the idea of kicking out your siblings out of your parents' home, I guess. You think someone in the US is worshipping Warhammer gods? I would happily endorse that. Which Warhammer god though? You know? Tzeentch is pretty boring. We've established this the other day. Tzeentch is not a super exciting god to worship. In fact, I think what we agreed that Khorne was the most worshipped if you actually consider the things that Khorne stands for. I think that was the consensus. How is this tower doing? You know, it actually has a lot less AoE than I would have thought. That's a bit sad. Yeah, Corn is pretty big because people that just enjoy exercising are Corn worshippers. Feel free to quote that. Yeah, the act of just like, you know, exercising one's physical abilities is probably one of the most that's one of the most natural things to do. Just improving yourself on that front. But yeah, I don't know. Anything anything else? I guess Slanesh, like, sort of, but like, you know, just a bit of a bit of like, you know, just fooling around a little bit doesn't make you a Slanesh worshipper, you know. You gotta go really hard on that to be full Slanesh. And I feel like most people don't go that way. Although, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that front. People who enjoy exercising are also Slanesh worshippers. I think Slanesh is like, it's about the excess though, right? I think only a few people fall into that very extremist sort of category of mindset. Europe worships Kane. It's like preferences for ice cream. Yeah, I don't know my nuances between Corn and Kane. I'm sorry, I'm very uncultured on that side of chaos worship. Someone's gotta inform me. Let's see, I'm just scouting the settlement. The settlement's huge, but I don't know where the best tower locations are. I haven't played enough Ogre campaigns to really have a preference yet. Slanesh is about consumption. Ah, okay. Well then, a lot of places are pretty capitalist. So, you know, I think I guess you could say all of that is pretty Slanesh-y, but then I don't know. It's like a mix of Slanesh and Tzeentch if you really go into it. It's about obsession and the desire for perfection. Yeah, if we're talking about light Slanesh-y in the same way that exercise is very Corn, I guess Slanesh is also pretty high up. Tzeentch is more like, you know, we can all we all basically know where that's going, so I don't think we have to delve into that. But like your general person, yeah. Poor Nurgle though. Although Nurgle, you know, the comfort lifestyle, right? Is it bad if I say that's Japan? I think that's bad. I think I shouldn't say that. But this happens everywhere. So sort of that very very like just, oh, I don't know. See, here's the thing, right? I don't know what the appropriate way to talk about this is, because this isn't something that I talk about on a regular basis. But like I don't know, I'm sure someone in chat will lead me the right way. You guys know what I'm talking about though. Just the very very like secluded lifestyle. That would be Nurgle, right? If we consider food satisfaction, that would be a lot more Slanesh secret followers than we think. Food satisfaction. I don't know how far in that you mean. Greatest reveal in Warhammer was when it turned out Tzeentch was the Resident Evil bird. Yes. Yeah, Warhammer 1 spoilers. Thank you very much. We're not here to spoil the game, guys. By the way, we're sort of losing units pretty quickly. I think we gotta disengage before army losses kicks in, because it will kick in if we're not careful. And I think I neglected it a bit too much, because that balance of power is getting sketchy. Very, very sketchy. So let's just pull back a little bit, and then let the towers do their work. A few more units. I'm feeling it right now. Like my senses, my army loss senses are kicking in, guys. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it in the slightest. Let's slow these guys down. Slow them down so they stop chasing my guys. Yeah, no, this is enough talk about cults and stuff. We have more pressing issues. Let's get a tower over there. Japan though, Japan as a whole though is pretty hype. Really interesting culture. Yeah, I would love to learn more about it, but there's only so many things you can learn about while also committing your life to Warhammer. Oh man, this is getting real sketchy. I think as long as we don't get any more units routing off, then we're good. But I think the next unit that routes literally causes us to lose the settlement. So we just have to section off units and pick them off one at a time. Take very good engagements. Is there a way to know how good your towers are doing? I don't think so. You just have to, you more or less have to eyeball it. Okay, nice. We're gonna pull over here and take out these guys. They seem pretty pretty in the middle of nowhere. The AI is pretty bad at capturing points too, as you can see. They don't beeline for points most of the time. Whew. Yeah, you made me lose again. Blame chat for everything. The crazy thing is, even if we trade up into these units, if I get any of my guys to route, we will still run into army losses, because the only thing holding me back is the percentage of my army that I've lost. It's less so just trading well. So we're on the knife's edge of army losses right now. And until we start removing vast quantities of the enemy army, that's going to stay the case. Hey, Ludovic, hello. Don't mind me, I'm just on the verge of army losses right now. Just waiting for my towers to do my dirty work. And just hoping the AI doesn't capture too many points. Where are my main towers right now? I guess I could start building some barricades to give them a hard time and probably get a tower here. You can click the battle overview tab to see nice stats during live battle. The battle overview? You're memeing, right? You're memeing. I'm assuming you're memeing. Alright, nice. So we got a tower there. It looks like those are going fine. We're going to ×4 just a little bit, since there's really not much we can do right now, because I'm terrified of taking engagements. Thankfully, the AI still not capturing these points properly. Very good. And then we're going to beeline over here to defend this location. This is a sketchy battle, guys. This is really sketchy. Okay, the cavalry over here is medium priority to take out. Same with these guys. I think my towers will rout them off. Yeah. Towers are routing them off. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. We're going to double back over here. I see these archers on the horizon, and I know they're going to cause me to get a quick army loss in only a couple of volleys. So we're mostly just going to ignore them. And here's the thing. This point over here is pretty hard for the AI to get to and capture, especially with these towers providing coverage. What I want to do is double back, go around this way, get this far minor supply location, because I'll have the supplies to build another tower there. That's the plan. Yeah. Hey, Rubber Duck of War. Oh my gosh, hello. It's been a while. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know Rubber Duck of War, he does multiplayer stuff. He's had a YouTube channel for quite some time. So would highly recommend that if I don't provide enough multiplayer for you. Yeah, no, he's great. I would highly recommend checking him out. How's it going, man? Have you been doing a lot of Warhammer tournaments? I haven't really been able to keep up fully, but I checked out your channel like a little while ago. How's it going? The lack of ducks in your army upsets me. Maybe one day. You know, we do have full recruitment pools when it comes to outposts. So if you have any specific units you're looking for, we could go for that. This is going a little bit sketchy. They might capture that point. I think I want to commit to defend it, especially since there's not too many other units here. What's it? Lots of minor factions around to consolidate control of the huge mountain range. Let's see. Sorry, it's hard to keep up with chat. Anyways, let's keep moving forwards. These guys are getting poked down by my tower. A little bit slowly, though. And, yeah, we're just gonna try forcing our way onto the point. This barricade is actually in the way right now. We're gonna get rid of it. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of it. And actually, we managed to stabilize balance of power, which is really good. Oh, dang. Come on. Don't cap it. Don't cap it. Don't cap it. Don't cap it. No. No, come on. Take her off. Take her off the point. Oh, no. That's not good. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We can pull on with the ogres and recap it before they get this point. Okay, but yeah, because we have balance of power now, we actually have a lot more safety. Oh, come on, don't you dare. Don't you dare, I have 1,000,000 units. I have 1,000,000 units on this point. And we are totally safe. We're totally safe. Wasn't worried in the slightest. Not for a singular second did I think we were going to lose this battle. Nope, not even close. Not even close. All right, let's clean these guys up. Yeah, balance of power coming back for us makes this battle way easier for us now. Way, way, way easier. Because now we can just A-move in and kill everything. Yeah, we'll be good. Losing that tower does mean that we lost a lot of, excuse me, a lot of build locations, which is a bit problematic. But our army is now strong enough to fight the rest of them, so we're good. That was extremely close to us just straight up losing, though. That was uncomfortably close. Okay, let's rebuild these towers. Right now, we have no towers. So there is that to worry about, but we're fine. It's just a couple peasant archers, I think. Yeah. Whew. Jeez Louise. I don't need settlement battles this close, guys. And it's only going to get harder, too, as the AI gets stronger. We really need... The thing is, our camps aren't that much stronger either because of their... because they can only have Gnoblars. I need to defend with armies. But as soon as we get our upkeep reduction, that should be possible. Boy, oh boy, that was a fight. That was a fight and a half. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Takes a lot out of me to do a fight like that. Oh. Yeah, Gnoblars are gonna get crazy cheap with techs. Crazy, crazy cheap. Because we basically, it's basically like supply lines are just turned off and Gnoblars are even cheaper. We should be able, in theory, to have like 10 armies just running around easily. Without even that many economy buildings. Okay, nice, another attack. They're very beat up here. We're a bit beat up, but... yeah, the biggest threat is the terracotta here. I'm ashamed that I doubted. You should be, Yvonne. You should be. That was obviously a very easy battle. See, now I'm tempted to make a video on that. But then there's the problem that that Legend of Total War already put out videos on defending ogre settlements. So, I don't know. I guess it wasn't super cheesy. I don't know. It's really weird. That type of video is very outside of what I usually make, because it would be like a 15-minute long video. Who knows? Maybe I'll experiment with it. If I'm not posting anything else on a day, maybe I'll throw up that video, and if it doesn't do well, then that's fine. All right. You're rooting for Terry Cotter. Sorry, I don't get that reference. What do you think Chaos Dwarves will specialize in? I think Chaos Dwarves are going to be the first proper gunline faction in Warhammer. I think Kislev is close, but Kislev has the gunline, but they don't have the artillery. And Cathay has the artillery, but they don't have the gunline. So right now in Warhammer, we don't have a faction that really embodies pew pew as much as like the Dwarves or the Vampire Coast, right? These factions don't have access to mortars, which are one of the most fun units to see explosions with. And I think Chaos Dwarves are finally going to be one of those factions that fill that niche, which is one of my personal most favorite niches in Warhammer. And yeah, I'm super excited for that. That, I think, is going to be magnificent. Oh, I see. Terracotta Sentinels are named Terry. I see. Yeah, he's gonna be pretty scary. I would say the scrap launchers maybe can deal with them. Maybe I would say I technically have my lord here. It's gonna be these 20 ogre bulls that take him out, most likely. Talking about pew pew armies. And you neglected your boy Karl Franz. Also true, yeah. France, the Empire also have very, very nice gunline armies. Okay, nice. Pretty good. Those guys are down. But yeah, Cathay and Kislev don't do ranged firepower as well as the Empire and as well as the Empire and the Dwarves. That's like the most. You know, that's probably the reason why people aren't playing Warhammer more. I'm calling it now. It is for that reason. We need more ranged firepower. And they also need to fix range units because they turn all weird. Even in Warhammer 2, there were a few problems, but in Warhammer 3, it's pretty bad now. I feel like there's a lot of room for improvement there. Because, like, if you just have one faction that's really good at shooting, I'm telling you, that's going to sell. That's going to make the big bucks at CA. Calling it now. Let's give, like, a crazy regeneration buff to these guys. And then we're going to go melee scrap launcher mode again. Because they are surprisingly good in melee. Yeah, we need more DACA. We really, really do. Which is one of the reasons why Chaos Dwarves probably a very likely DLC. Probably very likely, because, you know, it fills that niche perfectly. Fills that niche perfectly. That, or, you know, maybe they're going to give halflings guns. I'd like to see... Are halflings a gunline faction? What even are they? I don't know. I guess they would be classified into a meme faction. Much like the Skaven. Who actually did end up being a crazy gunline faction. So, I have high hopes. I have very high hopes, guys. Yeah, Skaven are one of the meme factions. Goblins. So, like, if you look at Skarsnik, right? So, they would be, like, a very ability-centric faction. Which is also really good. You know, Fanatics are one of my favorite units in the game. They do, Fanatics really are just an amazing unit. How do we kill these balloons? I don't think we can. I think I actually want to keep going melee with these scrap launchers. I said what you were typing while you were writing it. Dang it. Oh, my chat interaction's all messed up now. Oh, there's a big AoE. Let's see. How's this Terracotta doing? He's not too bad. He's trying to hit my lord, but I think I have some pretty nice items on him that give him some physical resist and ward save. So he should be fine. Halflings aren't really a faction. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. You're gonna make like half of chat angry at you. Yeah, Chaos Dwarves are gonna bring the thunder for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Because like Kislev is all about infantry. Kislev and Cathay are a little bit too just like normal infantry based, you know? No one has blasting charges. Although Cathay, in one of their trailers, they had their Iron Hail gunners shooting rockets. Did anyone remember that? Obviously it's pre-release material, but that would have made Cathay insane. They would be one of the most fun factions for sure if their basic infantry could shoot explosives. Probably OP, which is why they removed it. But yeah, you know. That's my one true dream. I'm sure a modder will bring it back in due time. Chaos Dwarves are like the Tomb Kings of Game 2, where everyone knows they're coming. It's just a matter of when. Yeah, actually, before Warhammer 2, I didn't really know much about the Tomb Kings. Yeah, like, I just barely knew about them at all. For whatever reason. I don't know why exactly, but yeah, it was fun to see them in Warhammer 2, though. Although actually not one of my favorite factions. I actually have... They don't have enough ranged firepower for me. I really am one note, aren't I? There's a modder who made rocket gunners. Amazing. You know, there's a modder that made Chaos Dwarves too, so I guess there's that. Okay, so we've gone to the point where the Gnoblar scrap launchers are too prone to friendly fire. We're going to turn that off and then just take this fight now. What are we looking at? We got a very chunky Terracotta Sentinel. We have a few ogres left who can take the fight against it. Let's grab these guys and throw them in. See how that goes. You saw it in a video yesterday, I think, for the Iron Hail Gunners. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but I won't play with that mod. Mods that make the game easier, I generally stay away from. Just as a personal preference, not anything against people who do that. Alright, let's buff up these ogres. Like I said, these are our main armor-piercing units here. Trying their hardest to punch down a terracotta. It's gonna take a while, but we will get there eventually. Plus the single unit of Gnoblars, their range attack. Gonna poke it for 2 damage. A hit will also be quite nice. Alright, do I ×4 here? I think I do. I don't think there's too much of a threat of taking huge damage. There's the army losses. And now we fight the terracottas. I'll heal up these ogres to make sure that they don't die. Add that mod, but then always go to war with Cathay. That's a good idea. That's a pretty good idea. I installed campaign mods for the AI. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Let me write that down. Campaign mods, but for the AI. Yeah, yo, that's proper streaming material right there. I will gladly steal that idea. So yeah, we give the AI the best quality of life mods, and then we try to fight them, and then just get absolutely ruined. I could combine that with the other idea too, with the crazy aggression stuff. What's the difference between this and the last try? This is the same try. We have not gone to a different try. Unless you're talking about something else. All right. Pretty good. So we finally we won that battle. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some cash money. Very, very good. And then, yeah, we just continue pushing northwards. We push northwards, plop down a few more camps, use that for economy. Our camps build super quickly now. So if we want to relocate them, that's actually very easy. Yeah, I installed campaign mods for the AI. Question mark, exclamation mark. That one's that's a pretty good towel, but I'll have to cut out the you'll never guess what happens though. That's a bit too old school when it comes to YouTube strats. Whoa, tons of factions just died. Whoa, the greenskins up here are gone. They got deleted. They got killed by the ogres. Look at that. Also the unholy alliance between ogres and Tzeentch. I love it. Absolutely love it. Can I do the same for chaos? Do these guys have a major settlement? Oh no, they're not friendly enough. Please be my friend. I can balance it with 10,000 gold. Now here's the thing. Bloodwind Keep is a major settlement. I'm going to see if it has an outpost already. No, it's not. It's not even a major settlement. It's the Valerie that is. Dang it. So who do I need to be friends with? These guys? I think I need to be friends with these guys. Oh, I can't even bribe them. What is this? What is this ripoff? Oh my gosh. Are you playing in the upcoming tourney? Which upcoming tourney? Let me see. As in like the one that I'm casting? or is there one today? Did Turin post one today? Because I don't see that either. But I'd love to play in some tournaments over the weekend. So one of the reasons, one of the things I'm doing, I'm intentionally... Oh, upkeep is the same. What do I get? Income from all non-camp buildings. Oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, the thing that I'm doing is that I'm not streaming campaign on the weekends. Weekends are mostly me time to take a break. But I will... Actually, you know what? Screw that. Let's get Greasus in one turn. We're gonna save up. Yeah, but instead, over the weekends, I'm going to be focusing on my multiplayer games, and we'll be streaming it here and then posting the VODs to the second channel. Let's go ahead and get more healing. Yeah, if you're talking about the one that's part of Ent Ladder, I'm playing and casting, as I very much enjoy doing. And over here we want this. We don't really need more food production just yet. You know, I might as well get these buildings going. For the fun of it, why not? Let's see, there we go. A couple scrap launchers, more Gnoblars. It's filled up with Gnoblars, why not? And outpost available? Nice. I will pick that up. Whoop. Do his Furies have more armor piercing than Slanesh? Slanesh is armor piercing. Khorne is a master of base damage. So Slanesh is all armor piercing damage. But like if you look at the spawn of Khorne, they just do more like raw damage overall. And that's sort of what differentiates the two. What's this about double mortis? Are we talking about Nurgle? The longer that the game goes on, the more the possible outpost spots get filled up. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. I need like if one of the factions manages to take a major settlement, then I can probably sneak in an outpost. But right now that's a bit rare. Oh, look at that. This has an outpost too. This has an outpost? Oh my gosh, we're never gonna get Tzeentch outposts. It's nice that we have him as an ally, but that's a bit unfortunate, ain't it? Alright, here we go. Let's clear these guys out. What is this? What is this? Okay, so these 3 settlements are nice, because it also means we'll be defended on the western flank by these guys. So, yeah, we'll just push straight north. And then, what we can also do, we can get the big man himself back in action. Look at that. Greasus Goldtooth is back. And next turn, he's gonna pick up the units off of this garrison and then start rampaging southwards. Look at this. This campaign's picking up, guys. The conquest continues. You can hand Tzeentch a major settlement. The thing is, it needs to be beside him for that to work. That's the main problem. The issue is that the AI just spams outposts instantly. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how we can do it. Sometimes I've been able to get outposts. But one of the easier ways is just to gift a major settlement. Especially because ogres don't care about that as much. I think, yeah, that's probably our easiest method here. That was a bit of a weird deployment. I think it was because it was saving my my deployment from earlier. For those of you who don't know, the game does actually, it saves your deployments. It's pretty great. Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but yeah, very much appreciated. Although generally for me, I've gone into the habit of deploying every time, so it's less great for me, but definitely a cool feature. All right, and then we'll just scoot these guys up, trying to avoid some friendly fire and focus down the reinforcement area. Do you think dwarf airships are coming? 100%. It's because the dwarven airships, they in the dwarven tech tree, there's a specific, in like the tier 5 building that you can make, it doesn't give you any new units, which I would say is a little bit suspicious. Especially because there is a very clear dwarven airship unit that could fill that spot. So like, you know, it's basically guaranteed. I'd be very surprised if we didn't get dwarven airships. When we get it is a different issue though. It could be a little while before we get that, because there's still like a bunch of Warhammer 3 factions that could use updates and so on. All right, and then another fist over here. And then my ogre bulls, they can flank these here archers. Nice. Oof. Let's see, there was something else I was thinking about earlier, but I've completely forgone that train of thought. Oh yeah, no, I think I was just thinking to myself about different video ideas I can make. There's one on actual campaign movement that is pretty sick that I really want to make. I think I'll probably post a video on that tomorrow. Yeah, cause it's a big revelation that I learned very recently, despite having many hours in the game, which always makes for great videos. Anything that I'm learning, that I'm still learning about, despite all my hours, is generally useful to many other people. Sweet. All right. Well, stream's been going on for about what, 2 hours 20 minutes now. I'm going to take it easy so that because I've been streaming all week, we're gonna end it off for now with the resurgence of the ogres doing quite well. Of course, I wish I could stream more, but I do have multiplayer stuff that I need to tend to too, so that's going to be the plan. For myself, we'll be streaming during the tournament. You can check out details in the Discord description below. And that'll happen sometime this weekend on Sunday at about this time. And as usual, I don't know if anyone here hasn't bought Warhammer 3 yet, but it is discounted usually in the Fanatical link below. If you want to check that out, feel free to. If you're not interested, don't waste your money on it just to support the channel through that way. But it is a pretty good offer. I have an affiliate link, but I'm not technically sponsored by them. But yeah, I think that's basically it. Peace out, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday because we're streaming this campaign every weekday. And Looperden with the $2. Thank you very much, good sir. I'll see you around.